Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got a product which is a Bluetooth speaker with a hidden spy camera built in. You can check it out on Amazon. I'll have that link, of course, in the description below where you guys can check it out. This is an interesting product. We're going to go and dig into this now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's get this unboxed for you. This is a hidden camera speaker with a 180-degree rotating lens. This is connectable via Wi-Fi, and it is capable of 1080p. You can see that we do get a user manual here, and this will go over all the steps you need to connect this. There are two different methods to connect this to your Wi-Fi, and I'm going to go through that as well during this video. But you do want to hold on to this in case you do need to refer to it. You can, so hold on to that. Now here is the Bluetooth speaker slash hidden spy camera, and it's very interesting. It's got a nice design on it. We'll go over it in just a moment, but there's a central section there that has a hidden camera built in with a rotation of 180 degrees. You do get a few more things in here, a couple cables for you to hook this up to power. Now it does have a built-in battery, but you can run this as well off of power, which we'll go over in just a second. Now they do give you a micro SD card to USB adapter. They do not include a micro SD card, so you'll have to supply your own. It has to be FAT32 format, and it can be up to 128 gigabytes. They give you a 3.5 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter audio cable if you want to play music on the speaker from an external device. And they give you a older style mini USB charging cable here. You can hook this up to any USB port in your laptop, or you're just going to use your phone or your tablet's adapter to keep this plugged in pretty much all the time. Now it does have battery backup here as well. There's a Bluetooth button right there next to my thumb, and then of course the hidden camera is that middle section, and you can't really see it. You'd really have to be looking for it to actually see it. Nice metal grill up here for the speaker. And then on the bottom, of course, we're going to have the door for our battery. It's a single 18650 battery here, and it will run for 4 to 5 hours off battery power before it needs to be recharged. So keep that in mind that you can get 4 to 5 hours off of it. You've got a micro SD card slot here. You do have a reset button in the middle, and of course a dedicated on and off switch for the camera. Okay, so the first things that we're going to want to do is you're going to want to download the app. It's called WinCam Pro, and you can get this for iOS or for Android, depending on what store you're using and what device you're using. Turning it over here, there are two things that we're going to want to be worried about. The first thing is our micro SD card slot. If you do want this to record to a micro SD card, you'll have to insert this in the bottom. They do not include one. It will take up to 128 gigabyte card, and it will have it will record all of your motion tracked events, and it does have rolling recording, so if it does fill up, it will kind of overwrite the oldest one. Now what we've got at the top is of course our switch, power switch. We're just going to want to make sure that that's on. You're going to see that there's a little red LED by the reset switch there, and that lets you know that you're on and ready to go. So now we can go and do the setup. You can put your door back on, and you are ready to go. Once we've got all of that done, we will start up the WinCam Pro app, and this is where we can connect the camera to our Wi-Fi. The camera itself will broadcast a Wi-Fi hotspot. So what we're going to do is we are going to allow all our permissions, obviously. To record video, obviously we need to let it do that. Devices location, and record audio, and then of course media and files. So once you're in here, it's a pretty simple setup. You're just going to add a device, and you can go over and see that there are local files and settings and stuff like that. But to get it set up, you can do a LAN search, which is the way I'll do it, and or by hand, which is manual, and it's a little bit more in depth. But the LAN search is pretty simple here. This is a pretty easy setup, and this is what we're going to do with the WinCam app. So I'm going to do LAN search device. Now if you do it by hand, you can input the ID, or you can scan the QR code on the device itself, and that one's not that hard either. But what we're going to want to do is go into Wi-Fi. Once we go into Wi-Fi, you're going to see that it has its own Wi-Fi, this Win666, a bunch of different numbers here and letters. That is the spy camera, so we're going to want to connect to that. Once you are connected, it's going to check the quality of my internet connection. On Samsung phones, a lot of times it's going to come up with this pop-up message that will say that we don't have internet, or we may not have internet. I'm going to say connect only this time. And then we'll go back to the app. Once we go back to the app, it automatically brings up all that information of the camera for you, and we're going to add it. Now the camera is on a line, and we should be good to go. But we do have to do a couple different steps here. We're going to have to go into our settings, and then we are going to have to go into network configuration. And this is where you set your Wi-Fi password and name, so that it will always be on your Wi-Fi when it's turned on. So you're going to set your Wi-Fi name. Mine is Galaxy Tech Review. It only works with 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. Then you put in your Wi-Fi password. And once you do, it will automatically save that information to the camera, and then you will be good to go. You'll be able to view this anywhere in the world through a Wi-Fi connection, or through your cellular connection as well. So once we set that information, we are now good to go. Also, in this page that it takes you back to in settings, you can also set up your motion detection if you want to use motion detection there, and a few other things as well. Okay, so now that the app is all set up and ready to go, it's pretty simple. You just go in, there's your camera, you can hit play, and of course, it will ask you to set up a password for the camera, each individual camera that you have. You can either set one if you want to. I'm going to skip it at this point. And here is our camera app, and it's a very nice laid out camera app. You can see a nice crisp, clean picture here. I will show you some video that I captured with this camera as well. You can change your resolution from 640p to 720p to 1080p. You can turn off the LED lights. You can put it in night mode if you want, so you've got kind of the night mode there. And then you have adjusting of contrast and brightness as well, so we can do that. If you do want to adjust the picture, you can adjust them that way. Now we can also take still snapshots here and video as well, and I will show you this video really quickly so that you guys can check out the video. We can also flip and rotate the actual image as well. So let me show you this video real quickly, and then I will let you be the judge of the quality on that. So there you go, that's the quality of the video. Again, you can actually set this up to rotate and flip horizontally. So we've got a pretty solid app here that offers some pretty good quality, especially on the phone. Now you saw the video quality that I did capture. It's 1080p video upscaled to 4K, so don't let that put you off too much. Overall, well-designed app here. If we rotate it, we can get a full screen view on this, as well. And as you heard in the video clip, it does record audio, so you're not just getting camera, but you're also getting audio with it as well. So it does pretty well overall. Now, last but not least, this is a Bluetooth speaker. So I do want to show you guys the Bluetooth speaker capabilities as well, so that you can hear the quality of the Bluetooth speaker that's built into this camera. Okay, so setting up Bluetooth on this is pretty easy. There's a button here that is for powering on the Bluetooth speaker. If you hold that down and taking a look at the rotating camera, you really have to get really up close to this to see that rotating camera. That's just an interesting side note. So holding down the Bluetooth will start this, and putting it into pairing mode, you'll just have to hold it down for about 5 or 6 seconds, and then we can go into Bluetooth on whatever device you're going to hook it up to. And it will come up as, didn't want to do that. Should come up as Bluetooth music. And there it is. So we're just going to click on that real quick to pair the Bluetooth side of things. And we are now connected for audio. So let's play some audio for you so that you guys can hear this and check it out. So there you go. That was the Bluetooth sound sample from the speaker, and you could hear that it gets plenty loud. I was about maybe 30-35% on the volume, and it is crisp and clear. It's lacking a little bit on the bass, but for the size of the speaker, I'm not going to fault it for that. This is an interesting device that has a hidden rotating 1080p spy camera, Bluetooth speaker functions, and everything like that. It's battery powered and or, of course, plug-in power as well. So there's a lot of nice features here. The app was very nice. Didn't have any problems with that either. So overall, this is a pretty solid device. I'm going to give this a thumbs up. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section below. Remember to like, and if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do so because that always helps me out. And I'll check you guys out on the next video.